The future of your children's education tonight on WHAS TV. Now, Mark Pfeiffer, Ken Schultz, with the early morning Action 11 News, next on WHAS TV.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mark Pfeiffer at 6:30 on this Monday, March 26th. It's 29 degrees under clear skies. In the news this morning, a Senate committee begins work today on the Kentucky Education Reform Bill. Indiana's governor being called a rising star in national Democratic circles, and builders of a Clarksville mall hope an amusement park will bring shoppers. After 3 inches of snow over the weekend, the weather is going to return to a bit more normalcy, I guess, to coin a phrase.
Well, I'll tell you, Mark, it seems like anymore, this is normal. You go from one extreme to the next within a matter of just a couple of days. Of course, 2.5, 3 inches of snow in the Louisville area Saturday, which quickly melted off Saturday afternoon and Sunday, and looks like we're going to get started on the cool side this week, but gradually warm up. The next precipitation episode will be in the form of rain showers by the middle of the week. Let's start off taking a look at the national weather map this morning. See a couple frontal systems, one north, one south. Most of the precipitation, though, associated with that frontal system to our south. We have some rain falling over the Carolinas this morning, also over parts of Alabama, Mississippi, and into Arkansas, even a little sleet in parts of northwestern Arkansas this morning. But that precipitation is moving pretty much due east, so that should keep all that precipitation well south of Kentucky. In fact, it looks like most of it's going to miss the Nashville area, for an example, stay well to the south of that city. We have that other cold front to our north this morning. That's going to be approaching but weakening as it does so. Now, it is generating some clouds over Illinois and Missouri, so we may see a period of partly sunny skies later on this morning and this afternoon, but no precipitation associated with that cold front during the day today. In fact, as I mentioned, it's going to be weakening as it passes through. Biggest problem in Kentucky this morning, a little bit of fog in the valleys of southeast Kentucky. Every once in a while, Jackson reports some dense fog, so you may encounter that as you travel southbound on Interstate 75 early this morning. But otherwise, we have clear skies, cold conditions, temperatures running mid to upper 20s in this part of Kentuckiana. It's 32 degrees there, the warm spot down at Bowling Green. Well, here in Louisville, we start off the day with clear skies and a cold 29 degrees. The relative humidity is 75%. Our wind is southeast at 3 miles per hour, and the pressure is steady at 30.38. Our high temperature yesterday hit 48 degrees. Our low so far this morning is 29. We may slip another degree or two. And no precipitation recorded the past 24 hours. So we have sunshine to start today. What about this afternoon? May see some high thin clouds around here. As I said, that one cold front may generate a little bit of cloudiness later on this morning and this afternoon. But all in all, pretty good looking day. Temperatures will be just a little bit below normal for this time of the year, with highs topping out in the upper 40s to low 50s this afternoon. Now, our forecast in detail for today, going to have mostly sunny skies. It'll be cool, the high around 50. For tonight, clear and cold, the low 29. And tomorrow, sunny skies. It'll be a bit milder, the high 56 degrees. I think on Wednesday we'll see clouds increasing. Be a chance of a shower here late Wednesday or Wednesday night with a high around 62 degrees.
I guess traditionally March is a weird month in the Ohio Valley, isn't it?
It's kind of a transitional month. You get out of winter and go into spring, so you have that mix of everything in between during this month. And it's the same in November. You know, you get out of fall into winter and you have a lot of combinations that can occur in that month as well.
All right, good, Ken. We'll talk to you in a bit.
All right.
Time for our first check on Metro Scan traffic this morning. Officer Mark Fox has our report. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, everyone. Taking our first look around the metro area this Monday morning, our expressway systems are working well early on. I-65, I-71, and the Watterson Expressway all report light volumes of traffic, and you should find no unexpected delays. Now, depending on what area you happen to be in, you might find some frost on your window, so allow a little extra time so you can get that taken care of. One accident location to be aware of, and that's on Fern Valley Road just east of I-65. County police are on the scene and should have this cleared up in the next couple of minutes. For Metro Scan Traffic, this is Officer Mark Fox of the Jefferson County Police.
Thank you, Mark. He'll be back in about 15 minutes with an update on the traffic, and we'll return with details on this morning's news in just a moment. 26 minutes until 7.
It's T-Bar-B race time.
Thunder and lightning strikes the Louisville Motor Speedway this Thursday and Friday nights. The Chevron Dello Big Rig 100, featuring the giants of the road in wheel-to-wheel war. Western Star, Kenworth, Peterbilt, in all-out racing. WHAS, Bob Moat's incredible jet-powered truck. Thursday night, see Bomber Division races. Friday night, Mini Stock Division races. WHAS TV 11 and WAMZ welcome the Chevron Dello Big Rig 100. Tickets at the Speedway box office. All Ticketron outlets are charged by phone.
WHAS TV would like you to know about these important events going on in our community. If you'd like to put your event on the WHAS TV Community Billboard, send it 2 weeks in advance to WHAS TV Community Billboard, Box 1100, Louisville, 40201.
The Sieber family is having a baby.
I think Mom and Dad are trying to sneak this new kid by.
And the kids are not sure they like it.
What's in this baby deal for us?
Who's gonna lose what?
You volunteer to give up your room.
Is Mike working another con?
No, this is an ugly thing to do, Ben, but with the baby coming, these are ugly times.
Find out on the next Growing Pains.
Put her there, bro.
Today at 4 on Growing Pains on WHAS TV.
23 minutes before the hour. In the news this morning, the Education Committee of the Kentucky Senate today takes up the controversial school reform bill passed by the House last week. Under the proposal approved by the House, some school districts could get additional state aid if they raise their local tax rates. But some rural Kentucky school officials appear resigned to a new minimum tax rate, which would increase taxes in 66 school districts across the state. But they balk at the prospect of raising taxes enough to get full state funding under the school reform bill. The Louisville sponsor of Kentucky's proposed new drunk driving bill says it may take the governor to save the legislation this week. The law would increase penalties and change court processes. It also gives police the power to revoke licenses on the spot if someone blows a .10 or more on a breathalyzer. Right now it's stuck in a House committee and may never make it to the floor for a vote.
The whole thing has gotten totally out of perspective. The whole gist has been the rights of drunk drivers, literally. I mean, it sounds silly to say that, but that's what it's all started to turn on, whether or not somebody who's under the influence of alcohol ought to have the right to drive or not. And I've all the way along thought that we ought to look at the issue of the rights of the rest of the folks on the highway.
Critics say the bill gives too much power to police officers. The bill has passed the Senate. The governor supports the legislation, and Karam says he's asked Wilkinson to get personally involved this week.
I would hope Monday and Tuesday people who see this as an important issue would just respond as strongly as they possibly can to House members. They need to just let the members of the House of Representatives know how important it is.
Karam says if the legislation makes it out of the Rules Committee, the DUI bill could go to the full House as late as Tuesday or Wednesday. Officials say bad road conditions were a likely contributor to an accident on I-24 in western Kentucky that left one woman dead. State police say 46-year-old Barbara Doom of Grand Rivers, Kentucky, was killed early yesterday morning when her small car was crushed between two chartered buses in traffic stop by another accident. At least 17 others from the buses were injured. The accident occurred on an I-24 bridge that spans the Tennessee River. Westbound traffic had stopped on an icy bridge because of a van accident just up the road. It appears Kentucky's largest health insurer is back on the road to recovery after a year of major change. Blue Cross Blue Shield lost $100 million during 1987 and 88, and it was caught in one major public relations setback after another. Those included rate increases of up to 80% for elderly or older customers of the insurance company, holding individual policies in 1988, and they included unsuccessful efforts to escape from a costly contract ensuring state employees and teachers. Reorganization and resignations during the past year have cut some 260 jobs in the company, nearly 13% of the workforce at Blue Cross Blue Shield. A final decision expected today that would end a feud between a principal and teachers in Memphis, Indiana. Mary Ann Matthews has requested a leave of absence from the Memphis grade school. The school board today is scheduled to vote on whether to accept her request. 7 teachers wanted transfers from the grade school, citing problems with Matthews. Angry parents have been picketing the school board meetings in an effort to have the feud resolved. And the planners of the River Falls Mall in Clarksville hope they'll be able to provide something for everyone. The mall, currently under construction, will have a 100,000 square foot upper deck family fun park added to attract the customers when it's completed. The park will include a carousel, a train, an 18-hole miniature golf course, bumper cars, remote control boats and cars, an action-adventure ride simulator, plus a food court and movie theater complex. The mall is scheduled to open later this spring. All of that, hopefully, to attract shoppers to the mall. Sunny and cool day ahead. Ken Schultz will have the forecast when we come back. It's 19 minutes until 7.